In a world where hesitation means death, a desperate girl emerges from the woods and begs a heavily armed family for help. A young boy chooses compassion over caution, hiding her from his own people, unaware that she carries a deadly secret. It all begins in a time where a fungal outbreak has wiped out most animal life, collapsed the food chain, and made farmland the most valuable resource. Armed intruders approach an isolated farm, but are swiftly killed when the Freemen spring their defenses, with Haley and her children fighting them off. Haley moves through the fields with lethal precision, while her daughter Rain fires from the house. Her son Emmanuel captures a fleeing attacker and kills her, ending the assault. Afterward, Haley, her husband Galen, daughter Danis, and the other children regroup, question how the attackers breached their land, and vow to strengthen security. That night, the family shares a tense dinner practicing warning signals and discussing survival, before Haley sends Emmanuel to deliver supplies to her ally Augusta, warning him to stay cautious and avoid strangers. The story then follows the family's disciplined daily life, filled with combat training, shooting drills, fence inspections, hunting, and constant surveillance. Haley scans radio broadcasts for news of survivors and farmland activity. One evening, Augusta warns her about brutal raiders who have wiped out multiple farming families and asks for help training others. Haley refuses, unwilling to expose her home. The next morning, Emmanuel drops off a supply box marked for Augusta at a deserted building. Soon after, Haley receives horrifying news. The Fleming family, including their children, has been killed. Augusta reveals the attackers were not just raiders, but a large, organized group of cannibals. Please like the video if you are enjoying it. On the way back, Emmanuel swims in a river and spots a young girl nearby. Curious, he watches her through his scope and follows her path to a hidden forest community. Back home, he cannot get her out of his mind. He returns the next day, finds her gone, and sketches her from memory. Days later, Emmanuel joins Galen and Danis on a supply run to an abandoned depot. Inside, Danis is horrified to see bodies hanging from the ceiling. Armed soldiers appear, claiming they are military living with a local family to protect farmers. When Galen asks if they are with the Flemings and gets confirmation, the Freemans immediately open fire and kill them. Galen then reveals the Flemings are already dead. Before leaving, Emmanuel suggests searching the bodies. As they do, an elderly woman pretending to be dead suddenly shoots Danis and escapes. Galen rushes Danis home, where Haley performs an emergency procedure and saves her. Emmanuel is consumed by guilt, but Rain reassures him that his actions helped keep Danis alive. Haley tries to contact Augusta, but gets no response. That night, Emmanuel hears movement in the woods and investigates, only to find the same girl from the river, desperate and begging for help. The next morning, Galen and Haley order the children to stay armed at all times, even while sleeping. They warn that some pose as soldiers, but are actually cannibals scouting for victims. Haley's rule is clear: never hesitate, shoot first. Emmanuel secretly hides the girl from the woods in the barn, assuring her he will not hurt her while giving her water and tending her wound. She accuses him of kidnapping, but he explains his mother does not trust strangers. Later, she begs to use the radio and finally admits she only wants to know if her people are alive. Moved by guilt, Emmanuel frees her. She reveals that a radio signal can lead others to the Freeman farm, and says her Aunt Augusta sent her because the Freemans are the only ones who can help. They slowly open up, sharing personal moments, until Haley and Galen discover them in the barn. Haley drags the girl away at gunpoint and locks Emmanuel inside. The girl claims her name is Dawn, and says she is a nurse working with a government farming program, but Haley does not believe her and fires a warning shot. When Dawn blurts out that Augusta sent her, Haley is shaken. Emmanuel escapes and tries to contact Augusta, but gets no response. He argues that Augusta may be in danger, while Haley insists their duty is to protect the farm. After a heated confrontation, Emmanuel takes Dawn and drives off to find Augusta. Haley races after them, while at the farm, Galen notices a failing security camera and goes out to check it. Dawn guides Emmanuel to a deserted trailer and admits she brought him there deliberately. She reveals that a group of cannibals has taken her aunt and others hostage and forced her to lure him in. As she talks, someone silently approaches Emmanuel from behind. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel before watching ahead. Elsewhere, Haley reaches Augusta's home and finds it disturbingly empty, with blood smeared across the walls and floor. She searches desperately for answers until a man suddenly attacks her from behind and strangles her into unconsciousness. Back at the Freeman farm, Galen spots what appears to be a deer, an impossible sight in a world where animals are believed extinct. The deer is only a disguise, and the cannibal wearing it knocks Galen out. Two men stay behind to kill Galen, while the rest head toward the house. Inside, Rain and Cookie notice the security cameras have gone dark. Rain tells her sibling to stay hidden, grabs a rifle, and takes position at the window. Outside, Galen is pinned down as two cannibals drive a nail through his hand. One bites him, but Galen tears himself free, uses the nail as a weapon. Haley wakes up bound in a dark basement, where she finds Augusta wounded beside her. At the farm, Rain opens fire on the advancing cannibals, dropping several before they return fire and shatter the window. Galen shouts for her to retreat downstairs immediately. In captivity, Haley confronts Augusta about the girl who came to the farm claiming to be her niece. Augusta explains the cannibals forced her to send Dawn, fearing Haley would have killed her on sight. Haley vows to rescue them, but Augusta reveals she has also hidden several children who must be saved. The cannibals soon return, and their leader mocks Haley, claiming she is no better than them because she sacrifices others for survival and teaches her children to kill. Haley condemns him for consuming humans, but he insists there is no difference between them. As he finishes speaking, one of his men savagely cuts into Augusta, preparing her for food while Haley is forced to watch helplessly. Emmanuel and Dawn share food with three starving teens, who eat desperately as Dawn admits she tricked him only to save her aunt and the kids. Emmanuel accepts this and promises to help them all escape. Elsewhere, Haley awakens in a basement and kills an attacker, seizing a rifle as the cannibal leader arrives too late. Back at the farm, Galen hides the children while Danis is trapped upstairs. Using the blackout Rain sets, Galen ambushes and kills the intruders but is badly wounded. Haley later reunites with Emmanuel while searching for Augusta, whose death finally makes him grasp the lengths Haley goes to protect her family. Dawn breaks down upon learning her aunt is gone. At the farm, Galen collapses from blood loss as his daughters stabilize him, just as Rain spots two cannibals preparing to burn the house. Despite his injuries, Galen urges Rain to let them in. When Haley and the teens reach the farm, gunfire erupts. Emmanuel rushes the kids to safety while Haley holds the attackers off. Inside, Rain tricks two cannibals by pretending Danis is already dead, but the ruse tightens when a blade is pressed to the girl's throat. Haley is shot outside but fights through the pain, killing several cannibals until her ammunition runs out and she is forced to retreat. In the basement, one attacker discovers a hidden room stocked with weapons and rare supplies, but Galen shoots her before she can react, while Danis and Rain kill the last intruder. Emmanuel soon arrives with Dawn and the rescued teens, and while Dawn treats the badly wounded Galen, Emmanuel realizes Haley is still in danger and rushes back outside. Near the barn, Haley is cornered by three cannibals and manages to kill two before the third stabs her, only for Emmanuel to arrive in time and shoot him dead. Believing Haley has died, Emmanuel breaks down, but days later she reappears alive, though scarred, and the family quietly reunites over a shared meal. Thanks for watching. Share the video with your friends so that they don't miss the action.